Right, so okay, I guess we are live. Okay, hello guys, hello everyone. So just a quick confirmation, can you guys hear me and can you guys see me? क्या अरे कुछ ज़्यादा ही दिख रहा है इधर को. Can you guys hear me and can you guys see me? जनता, am I visible? Am I audible? Hi, hello, hello, hello everyone. Hello. Okay. Perfect. So hello. Okay. So first of all, any doubts so far in yesterday's session? Do you guys have any doubts so far what we did yesterday? And let me share my entire screen. Okay. And is my screen visible? Everything is okay. Okay, everything is okay. Perfect. Is my screen visible? Not now. Uh, is my screen visible? Yes. Okay. Perfect. So let's upgrade. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Okay. So I was absent yesterday. No worries, Avesh. If you were absent yesterday, we'll do a brief recap, right? So what we did yesterday was we just understood what is the concept of version control and Git, right? How Git and GitHub is useful to us in our industry, and what exactly the version control is, right? So the whole concept was that it is really very difficult to manage our code, right? Matlab, since many developers work on one single project, so it is really very difficult for project manager or for one single personality to manage the code, right? So what we do is we bring up an idea that okay, there would be a central repository, there would be a central place where each and every developer would be uploading the code, right? Where each and every developer would be uploading the no worries, Raftar, no worries, we have just started, so I am doing the recap for yesterday. Okay, so where each and every developer will upload their piece of code, and from that central repository, every else developer, every other developer would be able to access the code, right? So that is the whole concept behind building the GitHub, right? Now what do I mean by version control, right? So there is one more term called version control. So what exactly is version control? As the name itself suggests, right? As the name itself suggests that version controlling is when we control the versions, right? So kiske versions control karenge hum, right? So we will control the versions of our code, right? Now why we need to control the version of our code? Now suppose there was a developer, right? By chance, by mistake, right, he uploaded a code which was having some bugs, right? Which was having some bugs, and due to that bugs, our production build got failed, our product got failed, right? So what will happen? What we will do? What is the first thing that we will do, right? The priority is to fix the production build, right? Priority is to fix the production build ASAP, right? We will resolve that bug. We will figure out that how that bug happened, how what exactly happened, how that bug arise. But that is the second priority, right? The priority over there is how to fix that production build immediately. So what we will do, we can always roll back, right? We can always go back to the previous code, and we can by going back to the previous code, we can fix that issue, right? So that is the whole purpose of having the version control. And once that issue is fixed, so we can always see like in what piece of code that error was, right? Who was the developer of that code and what mistakes did he made, right? So all these things are pretty much easy with the version control. So Git and GitHub is there just to make our developers life easier. Is it fine till now? This was the whole concept, right? And how Git works, so we have seen this thing also. So this is how my Git works. So suppose there are many developers, right? Suppose developer A, developer B, developer C, developer D, right? So there are many developers. So what they will do, just let me so what is this green line indicating? This green line indicates that these green lines. What are these? These are my branches, right? branches. Yes, branches. These green lines are my branches. Now, what do I mean by branches? What are the branches, right? So branches are nothing but the path that each and every developer will follow to upload their code on this central repository, right? So this is my central repository, right? This is my central repo. Right now, what is repo? We will understand it later on. But suppose this is a central storage. Okay, this is a central storage on which each and every developer will upload their code, right? And once the code has been uploaded by the developer, then what will happen? Then this product manager, right? Then this product manager will merge everybody's code. Now over here, what will happen? Let me show it to you. So over here, we have the code. We have the code for A, B, C, and D. We have everybody's code. Then this product manager will merge everybody's code and will get the final code, right? Will get the final code and will take this final code to a branch called dev branch, right? This product manager will take this final code to the branch called dev branch. Now what will happen on this dev branch? What will happen on this dev branch? So on this dev branch, we will do the integration testing, right? Integration slash unit testing, right? Developer will do testing like for themselves, right? Developer will do integration and unit testing on this dev branch. And once we get the green signal from this dev branch, they will move our code to the sandbox. Okay, they will move our code to the sandbox. And once the code is moved to the sandbox, here our tester will do testing. Okay, here our tester will do testing. Here our tester will do testing. And once the testing is being done by the tester, then finally our build will go to the main branch, and from this main branch it will directly go to the production using CI/CD, or any other way that they want to do. Okay, so this is the ideal scenario. This is the ideal scenario of how our Git works. Okay, this is the ideal scenario of how our Git works. Yahan tak clear hai? And then we have initialized the Git, right? We have initialized Git in our project yesterday. Did we? So first of all, what you have to do to initialize Git in your PCs, you have to download Git first, right? You can go to the official Git website and you can download it from there. And once you have downloaded, then you have to open. Good evening, Kiran. Good evening. Then you have to open gitbash or maybe any Git editor or something like that, right? Over there, you have to set your configurations, right? You have to set your configurations. So you will globally set your configurations, right? In which you have to set your email and your username. So once you have set your email and username, then Git is installed perfectly in your PC. And now in whatever project you want to use Git, in whatever project you want to initialize Git, you just have to do one command, that is git init. Okay, who is lazy? Crazy. Okay. That's what I was wondering, who is lazy. Okay, so today we will be doing these topics. Okay, Maxi क्या कर रहा है यार मोहन? Okay, so let me take these topics and then we will start with it. Just a second, guys. Okay, इतने करते हैं. So let me copy it and let me paste it over here. Do I remember you? बट पॉइंट ये है कि मुझे तुझे याद रखना था. मुझे तुझे याद रखना था, मुझे नहीं पता था. अब मुझे पता लग गया, अब मैं तेरे को याद रखूंगा. ठीक है. Can we get a link of that repo? Yes, I guess the link has already been added in your all-in-one document. Tushar, I was missing you today. I was just missing you. Yesterday class. Maybe you must be there, Mohan. I don't remember. But yes, from now onwards, I will remember you. Okay. Now you have asked me, so I will remember you. Assignment. What is assignment? Love you too, Mohan. Love you too, bro. Okay. So now Now we have already seen initialize gift, right? We have already seen initialize gift, git. Okay. So how to initialize gift? Git, मैं क्यों gift बोल रहा हूँ? Okay, how to initialize git? We have already seen yesterday that there is a command called git init, right? There's a command called git init, and when we do git init, what this command do basically, it makes a hidden folder by the name dot git, right? It makes a hidden folder by the name .git in which all your git configurations are there, right? So if you find in any of your folders this .git folder is present, so just you just need to say that okay, in this folder git repo is already there. Okay, git repo is there, right. So yes, right. So that is it. Okay, right. Now comes the staging area. Now comes my staging area, right? So git init we have already seen yesterday. Let us now start the today's fresh topic. Okay, so this was, why that unnecessary laugh though? Excuse me, pace mini. I didn't get your point. Okay, so let's start today's topic. Okay, staging area. Now there is an area called staging area. What is that staging area? What do you mean by that staging area? What is staging area? Okay, so now what do I mean by staging area is that suppose I have file 1, I have file 2, I have file 3, and I have, suppose we have 3 files. Okay, we have 3 files. So we have made changes in my file 1 and file 2, and we have not made changes in my file 3. Okay, we have made changes in file 1 and we have made changes in file 2, and we have not made the changes in my file 3. Okay, so this is my condition. Now suppose when I have made the changes in file 1 and file 2, okay, means this file 1 and this file 2 is now having some changes, and I need to push these changes to my git, right? I need to push these changes to my git, right? But you cannot directly push any change in your git, right? First of all, this file will get to the staging area, right? These file will get to, क्या लिख रहा हूं मैं? These file will get in the sta, सही था, staging. Okay, so this file will get into the staging area, right? File 1 and file 2 will get into the staging area. Now why these files are get into the staging area? Why these files are there? Because I have made some changes, and I am saying that okay, my file 1 and file 2, I have made some changes, and I want to commit this change. I want to push this change to my GitHub, right? So staging area is that area. Staging area is that area in which all the files that you have newly created, or all the files that you have done any changes, right? Those files you are adding in some area, right? Which you are saying that okay, when I will next commit, right? जब मैं अगला commit करूंगा git के ऊपर, these file I want to push to my git repository, right? So all the files in which you have made the changes, right, they will first get into the staging area, or rather you can say staging area is that area which contains all your files and folder, right, which you need to push to the git. Okay, no, your files can remain staging for indefinite. Okay, you, unless and until you commit something, unless and until you commit any of your change, right? जब तक तुम commit नहीं कर देते, तब तक तुम्हारी फाइल staging area में रहेगी. Okay, तब तक तुम्हारी फाइल staging area में रहेगी, unless and until you commit anything. Okay, your file will be in your staging area, राइट? या तो तुम गिट उड़ा दो, राइट? या तो तुम जो डॉट गिट वाला फोल्डर था, या तो वो फोल्डर डिलीट कर दो, या फिर तुम कमिट, अगर फोल्डर डिलीट कर दोगे, योर फाइल विल बी गोन, एवरीथिंग विल बी गोन, राइट? राइट, जब तक तुम कमिट नहीं करते तब तक तुम्हारी फाइल्स विल बी देयर इन स्टेजिंग एरिया. नाउ हाउ टू ऐड अ फाइल इन स्टेजिंग एरिया? ऐड करने के कमांड है this is the command you will be using everywhere, right? You are going to use this command everywhere. That is your git add, right? This is the first command. This is basically second command, right? So first command was git init. Second command is git add, right? So once you have initialized your git, and now what you are doing, you are adding your files and folder into the staging area, right? Git add file name. Git add file name. By using this command, you are going to add files in your staging area, right? Now suppose once you have added some files, right? अब तुमने क्या किया? देखो, now there is a catch. Now there is a catch. You can do, suppose I have F1, F2, F3, so and on up to F100. Suppose F100. Okay. Now what you need to do? Now, if you want to add, suppose say one file, right? If you want to add one file to your staging area, what command you will write? You will say git add F1, right? Then your F1 will be added to your staging area, right? Now suppose you have to add two files, right? So you will say git add F1, F2, or say three files, right? Say three files, right? So you can do it like this. But now suppose if you want to add 100 files, all of the files, if you want to add all of the files, so what you will do? Will you write every file's name? Will you write all the 100 file name? That is not possible, right? That is not possible, isn't it? So what we will do? What we will do to add all the files, right? To add all the files in which you have made the changes, right? So you will do git add space de karke dot, git add space dot. So this command will add all your files to the staging area, right? All your files to the staging area. But now suppose you have added all the files, right? But you don't need to push these two files. You have added them by mistake, right? You don't need to push it. Now what? You have added them to staging area. So there must be an option to unstage a file, right? There must be an option to unstage a file, right? So you have an option to unstage them. So now suppose if by mistakenly you have added any file to the staging area, so there is always an option to reset that head. इसे हम कहते हैं resetting the head. हमें head को reset करना है, right? हमें हेड को रीसेट करना है, राइट? सो दैट इज अनस्टेजिंग द फाइल. इसकी कमांड में अभी बताऊंगा. रीसेट हेड कमांड होती है इसकी. वी विल डू इट, राइट? वी विल डू इट राइट अवे. सो फार स्टेजिंग में किसी को डाउट? व्हाट इज स्टेजिंग? व्हाट इज स्टेजिंग? एनी डाउट सो फार? Reset to commit. Reset the commit. No. To remove files from staging area. Okay. To remove files from staging area, there is a command of reset head. Okay, one more time. Okay, I'm repeating one more time, right? There is an area called staging area. Now, what is that staging area? All the files and folders, right? In which you have made any kind of changes, right? All the files and folders in which you have made any kind of changes will get into the staging area, right? Will get into the staging area. Or you can say the staging area is an area in which you are adding all your files and folder which you want to push to your remote repository, which you want to push to your remote area, remote location, right? To your GitHub, right? जितने भी फाइल्स जो तुम्हें GitHub पे पुश करनी है, वो सारी फाइल्स को तुम पहले स्टेजिंग एरिया में ऐड करते हो, राइट? दैट इज व्हाट अ स्टेजिंग एरिया इज. लेट मी शो यू. वेट, लेट मी शो यू प्रैक्टिकली. ओके, हम प्रैक्टिकल देखते हैं. छोड़ो, हमें नहीं करना है ऐसे, हम सीधा प्रैक्टिकल देखेंगे. चलो, डन. ओके, so now I have index.html, right? Let me add one more file, say index.css. Okay, Now let me add one more file, say index.js, right? So यहाँ पे I will say const a is equals to 20, right? Here I will say body, क्या कर रहा हूं मैं, body done. Okay, so now let me show you. Okay, so now let me show you. See, this is my GitHub, right? If you want to access it from control, you can access it, right? But now I want to show you the staging area. Just see it very carefully. दिख रहा है ये? थोड़ा zoom करना है. I guess now it is visible to everybody. Visible have? Huh? Is it visible? Is it visible to everybody? अभी देखो, यहां पे देखो, यहां पे I have one thing, right? That is my changes, right? So मेरी 3 फाइल में changes हैं. Is it? I have changes in these 3 files. So what I said that you need to do git add index.css, right? Now see, ये देखो, ये क्या हुआ? Now I have 2 folders. One is changes and the other one is staged changes. Can you see it? Can you see it? Earlier, it was only one folder that was my changes, right? Earlier, it was only one folder that was my changes. Now I have 2 folders after this command git add index.css, that is staked changes and changes, right? Right? Now, what is this stage changes? So this is called staging area. This is called staging area. Now when I will push my code, right? Now when I will push my code, okay, so what will happen? Only index.css file, only my index.css file will go to my git and not these HTML and JavaScript file. Why? Because when you push your code, when you commit your code, right, only the files which are present in your staging area will go to your remote repository. Okay, always remember this thing. I have changed all the 3 files, right? But all the 3 files will not go to my git. Why? Because I have already added one file in my staging area, right? So now suppose I want to add index.html as well, right? So what I will do, I will say git add index.html. So now what will happen? Now my 2 files are present in my staging area, right? So when I will commit my code, when I will push my code to that remote repository, what will happen? Only 2 files will go in my remote repository. Why? Because in my staging area there are only 2 files. Okay, got that? यहां तक क्लियर है? Exactly, Kiran. Okay, so now suppose if you want to remove it, right? If you want to remove any file, so you can remove it from here as well. यहाँ से ये minus का sign दिख रहा है, this minus sign, you can remove it from here, right? Remove this. Now there is no file in my staging area, right? Now there is no file in my staging area. Commit is nothing. I will tell you commit in few moments. Just wait. I will tell you in few moments. Okay, what is commit? Now, since I have removed all the files from my staging area, so there is no file. So when now I will commit my code, when now I will push my code, nothing will happen. Why nothing will happen? Because there is no file in my staging area. That's why nothing will happen. So now suppose if I want to add all the files at once, so what I will do, git add space dot, right? Git add space dot. So what this git add space dot will do, this will add all the files in my staging area. ये सारी की सारी फाइल्स मेरे स्टेजिंग एरिया पे डाल देगा. जितनी भी फाइल्स हैं, जितनी भी फाइल्स में चेंजेस हैं, वो सारी की सारी फाइल्स मेरी staging area पे डाल देगा. So now when I will commit my code, now when I will push my code to GitHub, all the files, those who are present in my staging area will get pushed. But now suppose I don't want to push this index.js, right? This index.js is something which I have by mistakenly added, right? So I can directly remove it from this staging area, right? It will come in my changes, but since I have not added it to the staging area, so it will not get pushed, right? It will not get pushed. Clear hai? Change the code and commit code GitHub repo code can change. Yes, exactly. When we change the code and we commit our code to the GitHub code will get changed. Okay, but it will always have the snapshot, it will always have the previous code, it will always keep the versioning. Done जनता? चले आगे. Staging unstaging clear है, right? Staging unstaging clear है. Commit the changes. So now how to connect? मैं बता रहा हूं संस्कार, अभी I am telling संस्कार, don't spam. I am telling this. आएगा यार, आगे आएगा ना. ये देखना यार, ये है ना 8 point. संस्कार, can you see this 8 point? Connecting Git with remote repository, right? So when I will be telling you this 8th point, then your how to connect Git repo to local repo will be covered. Okay, Git cannot install, code cannot change. Happen, I didn't get your point. Git cannot install, code cannot change. I didn't get your point. So if Git is not present, then you will not be able to commit your code to the local repository, na? And if you are not able to commit your code to the local to the remote repository, right? If you are not able to commit your code to the remote repository, then how will you be able to change your code? Your descriptions are very clear. Thank you so much. Just rate me 10. Okay, rate me 10 in your reviews, please. Okay, done. Now comes commit the changes, right? So what do I mean by commit the changes? So see, let us now try to commit. Okay, let us now try to commit and let us see what happens, right? Let us see what happens, right? So get commit. Now see, we have made certain changes, right? We have made certain changes. So now being a developer A, right? Being a developer A, I need to tell other developers ना कि इस वाले fix में मैंने क्या क्या changes की हैं, right? I need to tell developers, right? So what is commit? So git commit and -m. So you need to add a certain message. Okay, when you commit your code, right? When you are ready to push your code to your branch, right? So what commit will do? Now what commit will do? Okay, let me make you understand this thing very carefully. इसको बहुत ध्यान से देखना, please see this thing very carefully. It is important. Okay, so now this is your PC, right? This is your PC. I am understanding you. I am just trying to make you understand the concept. Okay, I am just for your sake, I am making it bit more easy, right? So you guys understand. Okay, just try to understand this thing very carefully. So this is my remote. Okay, this is my remote, or say Git repository, right? This is my Git repository. Okay, this is my Git repository. I just told you how to unstage. Okay, so this is my Git repository. where you have to push, where you have to commit, where you have to upload your code. Okay, and this is your PC. This is your PC, and in your PC you have a VS Code. Okay, in your PC this is your VS Code. Okay, this is your VS Code, and यहाँ पे we have a code. यहाँ पे we have a code. So when now try to understand this thing very carefully. ध्यान से समझना इस चीज को. Rather I should erase this and I should make this clear to you. Wait. बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है यार ये चीज, प्लीज. ओके, okay, so we have seen two things, right? We have seen two things. The first one was changes, right? Then was staged area, right? So staged area mein we have some files f1, f2, f3, and changes mein we have some files say f4 and f5. Now we know that these file will get uploaded to your GitHub, and these file will not get uploaded to your GitHub, right? So ये क्या होगा? upload होगा and ये not upload. Okay, this will get uploaded and this will not get uploaded, right? इतना चीज क्लियर है. Now हमने जब git add किया तो हमने state changes में add कर दिया. इसके बाद हम क्या करेंगे? इसके बाद हम इसको करेंगे क्या? commit. इसको करेंगे commit. तो जब हमने commit किया तो क्या हमारे changes डायरेक्टली यहां पे चले जाएंगे? नहीं. Understand this thing very carefully, right? Abhi, this is remote repository. Now, when you did git init, जब तुमने git init किया, so what happened? What happened when you did git init? So there is a local repository. एक local repo भी create होती है. There is a local repo which is created on your machine. Try to understand this thing very carefully, right? So when you are doing git init, there is a local repo which is being created on your machine, and first you upload this code to this local repo. पहले हम इस लोकल रेपो में कोड अपलोड करते हैं, एंड देन हम इस लोकल रेपो से रिमोट रेपो पे कोड को कमिट करते हैं. Getting my point? You will not directly commit your code to your remote, right? You got your answer, Happen? Very good if you got your answer, right? So a file will be moved from staging area to local repository, and then we push. Exactly, right? So first what we will do, now let us see what are the stages. First comes your git init, right? Git init. Then comes your git add. Then comes your git commit, right? Then comes your git push. Okay, so git init पे क्या होता है? एक लोकल रेपो बनाता है, right? Not this, right? What happens in git init? एक लोकल रेपो, right? एक लोकल रेपो बनती है, right? git add पे क्या होता है? स्टेजिंग एरिया में ऐड करता है. git commit पे क्या होता है? इस स्टेजिंग एरिया को पुश करता है, स्टेजिंग एरिया को लोकल पे पुश करता है, राइट? एंड गिट पुश क्या करता है? लोकल को रिमोट पे करता है. इतनी चीज क्लियर है? इतनी चीज में कोई डाउट? यहां तक एनीबडी, एनी डाउट? टेल मी। डाउट होना चाहिए, क्यों नहीं है? अरे डाउट होना चाहिए गाइस, क्या कर रहे हो यार? क्यों नहीं है डाउट? डाउट होना चाहिए। वाई यू गाइस डोंट हैव एनी डाउट्स? यहां पे डाउट बनता है। देखो देखो, शायद तुम लोग को ये डाउट हो बट तुम्हें समझ ना आया। मैं बताता हूं क्या डाउट होना चाहिए। कि देखो, यहां पे हमने गिट इनिट किया तो उसने लोकल रेपो पे ऐड, लोकल रेपो बना दी। क्यों? क्योंकि वो क्योंकि वो हमारे लैब कंप्यूटर पे है, राइट? वो हमारे कंप्यूटर पे है। स्टेजिंग एरिया में ऐड किया, वो हमारे कंप्यूटर पे है, उसी सेम फोल्डर में है, तो उसने ऐड कर दिया। स्टेजिंग से लोकल पे पुश किया, हमारे कंप्यूटर पे है, सेम फोल्डर में है, उसने पुश कर दिया। बट मेरे को कैसे पता? हाउ विल आई नो कि मुझे इस लोकल से किस रिमोट पे पुश करना है? क्या मेरे पास रिमोट का एड्रेस है? क्या मुझे पता है मेरा लोकल मुझे किस रिमोट पे भेजना है? I have multiple repos on my GitHub. I have multiple repos on my GitHub. How will I know? How will I know कि मुझे किस रिमोट पे भेजना है? क्या मैंने कहीं एड्रेस लिया? क्या मैंने कहीं इसका एड्रेस लिया? नहीं लिया, राइट? सो फर्स्ट मुझे इसको बताना पड़ेगा ना, मुझे इसको बताना पड़ेगा ना, isn't it? I need to tell him. मुझे इसको एड्रेस देना पड़ेगा मेरे रिमोट का कि मुझे किस रिमोट पे भेजना है, राइट? आई नीड टू टेल हिम, राइट? दैट्स द रीजन मैंने यहां पे इतना लंबा गैप लिया, बिकॉज इसके बीच में देयर आर मोर स्टेप्स। इसके बीच में देयर आर मोर स्टेप विच वी आर ऑफ कोर्स गोइंग टू डिस्कस, नो वरीज अबाउट दैट। बट इतना समझ में आया कि गिट इनिट से क्या होता है? एक लोकल रेपो बनती है, उस लोकल रेपो से क्या होता है? हमारे उस रिमोट रेपो पे पुश होता है। लेकिन लोकल में कौन सी चीजें जाती हैं? जो हमारी स्टेजिंग एरिया में पड़ी हुई है। यहां तक एनीबडी, एनी डाउट? git remote reset head, the command I will tell you, wait यार, कमांड्स कौन याद रखता है यार? कमांड्स कौन याद रखता है जनता? ये रही कमांड, git reset head file name, ठीक है? दिस इज द कमांड टू अनस्टेज अ फाइल। कमांड्स याद नहीं रखनी यार गाइस, कम ऑन प्लीज। You don't need to remember the commands, you just need to know the concept. कंसेप्ट पता होना चाहिए। कमांड तो गूगल कर लो भाई। टू बी ऑनेस्ट आई स्वेयर मुझे अभी तक गिट की कमांड्स नहीं याद, ओके? मुझे नहीं याद कमांड्स गिट की। मैं हमेशा जब भी मुझे फर्स्ट टाइम रिमोट ऐड करना होता है, कुछ करना होता है, मैं हमेशा गूगल करता हूँ कमांड्स को, राइट? मैं क्यों याद रखना है? यू जस्ट नीड टू नो द कंसेप्ट। कंसेप्ट पता होना चाहिए। मशीन थोड़ी है भाई, जो चीज मेरे को गूगल पे अवेलेबल है मैं क्यों याद रखूं? गूगल है ना, गूगल संभालेगा, मेरा दिमाग क्यों संभाले उसको? गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? जस्ट नो द कंसेप्ट। कंसेप्ट पता होना चाहिए कि पूरा क्या कंसेप्ट है, चीजें कैसे चल रही हैं, बिहाइंड द सीन्स क्या हो रहा है, राइट? दैट शुड बी इंपॉर्टेंट। ओके, नाउ 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 एज आई टोल्ड यू कि मुझे अगर एग्जैक्टली घोड़े बनो, गधे नहीं ठीक है? जिंदगी में घोड़ा ही बनना है, गधा नहीं बनना है, खच्चर नहीं बनना है। ओके ओके, सो नाउ I have already told you yesterday, that there is something called branch. एक branch होती है, राइट? एंड डेवलपर्स का क्या क्या ब्रांच का क्या यूज है? मेरे को मेरे स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट से एंडिंग पॉइंट के बीच में एक ब्रांच बनानी पड़ती है। बोलो यस और नो? थैंक यू सो मच साई, अप्रिशिएट बस मुझे रिव्यू में 10 दे दियो भाई, ठीक है? ओके, सो ब्रांच का क्या काम होता है? ब्रांच का क्या काम होता है? स्टार्टिंग से, राइट, स्टार्टिंग से एंडिंग पॉइंट के बीच का एक पाथ सेट करता है, राइट? एक पाथ सेट करता है। तो यहां पे हमारा स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट क्या है? टेल मी गाइज, व्हाट इज माय स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट ओवर हियर? व्हाट इज माय स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट ओवर हियर? मेरा स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट क्या है? व्हाट इज माय स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट? एग्जैक्टली, लोकल रेपो, राइट? Local repo is my starting point. No, git init is not my starting point. Local repo is my starting point because मेरा कोड कहां पड़ा है? लोकल रेपो पे पड़ा है ना. My code is in local repo and I have to push that code from local repo to my remote repo, right? So starting point is my local repo and ending point is my remote repo, right? So अब बताओ अगर मुझे लोकल से रिमोट पे कुछ कोड पुश करना है तो मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? What I need to do, if I need to push my code from local to remote, what I need to do, नहीं, अरे ब्रांच बनाओगे ना दोस्तों, ब्रांच बनानी पड़ेगी ना, एक ब्रांच बनेगी ना, राइट? मुझे एक ब्रांच बनानी पड़ेगी ना पहले, ताकि मैं अपना कोड लोकल से रिमोट पे पुश कर पाऊं, राइट? तो बस यही अगली चीज देखो, सबसे पहले मैंने गिट इनिट किया, फिर मैंने स्टेजिंग फाइल में ऐड किया, फिर मैंने कोड को कमिट किया, राइट? जब मैंने कोड को कमिट किया तो मेरा कोड जो है वो लोकल पे चला गया। अब मुझे अगर लोकल से रिमोट पे पुश करना है तो मुझे अपनी एक ब्रांच बनानी पड़ेगी। देन वी विल क्रिएट दी ब्रांच, ठीक है? फिर मुझे एक ब्रांच बनानी पड़ेगी। अब मेरी ब्रांच बन गई, राइट? अब मुझे एड्रेस भी तो ऐड करना पड़ेगा, राइट? नाउ आई नीड टू ऐड द एड्रेस एज वेल, है ना? आई नीड टू ऐड द एड्रेस एज वेल। अब एड्रेस कैसे ऐड करेंगे, राइट? लेट अस सी दैट। एवरीबॉडी प्लीज ओपन योर गिटहब, ओके? सॉरी, गिटहब खोल लो। let us make new repository, okay? So okay, get live, right? So I have made this repository, I see. I will make this repository get live, okay? And you have two options, right? Whether you want to make that public or you want to make that private, right? Private repositories are those repositories जो कि सिर्फ तुम्हें दिखती हैं, and public repositories are those repositories जो कि visible to everybody, right? Visible to everybody. Make sure you check this. Add readme, right? Make sure you check this, add a readme file, okay? Make sure you check this, add a readme file. इसकी importance क्या है? I will tell you later, okay? I will tell you the importance of this later on, okay? But make sure you check this, right? Then simply click on create repo, right? Give your name, whatever you want, public or private, you can do it. Add a readme file and just hit create repository, okay? Just hit create repository. Now we should use markup language for readme file. Exactly, markup language is perfect for readme, okay? Okay. My bad. Shit. Okay, just a second. Don't check that readme. Okay, wait. Let me delete this. I did a mistake. Wait, let me delete this. Wait. Just a second. Don't check that readme file, okay? Don't check that readme file. Please don't check that readme file. I made a mistake. Delete this repository. Okay. Let's start once again. Git live. Okay, just don't check this readme file. Okay, don't check this readme file. Create repository, and yeah, now if you don't check that readme file, so these are the starting points. These are the starting points. So see, we have done git init. We have already done git init. Let's do it once again. Let's do it once again. So I am doing it. Git init. That is although already been done. Okay, that is already been done. No worries. So these are the initial commands, right? These are the initial commands that you have to do only for the first time. Okay, that you have to do only for the first time. So these are the initial commands. Okay, now when it says git add readme.md, so you just copy this, right? Paste it over there, but instead of just adding readme, just put dot, because you have to add all the files, right? So git add space dot. Now what we are doing, we are adding the files to our staging area so that we can push it, right? We have added the files to your staging area so that we can push it to your remote repository, right? We will say git add space dot. Please remember these files, please remember these commands you have to do only for the first time. Okay, only for the first time when you are doing, when you are setting up your code. Okay, then only you have to do. After that, you don't have to follow the entire process. Okay, then comes your commit. As I told you, then comes your commit. Okay, so just copy the command, just paste it over here and say, hey guys, this is my first commit, and in this commit I have done this changes, right? So this message can be as long as you want. Okay, you can write entire changes, whatever changes you have made. Okay, that okay, I have made it this, I have added APIs, right? I have changed the API endpoint, I have changed the port. Whatever changes you have made, you can give that in this message, so that whenever you are retracking, whenever you are backtracking, right, you can always read the commit, and you can always say that okay, these are the changes which I have made in this particular commit. Okay, so now I am committing. So see, when you have committed, right, when you have committed the changes, nothing is here. Why nothing is here? Minus m and all those things I will come to later, right? Happen, I will come to that later on. Okay, why nothing is here? Because now the code is in my local repo. अब मेरा कोड कमिट हो चुका है और वो लोकल रेपो में है. ओके, अबे मैं तेरा सिंक होने का वेट क्यों करूं भाई? तू मेरी सिंक होने का वेट करना. अरे बाद में देख लियो सेशन. हाउ डज इट नो इट शुड गो टू द सेम रेपो? हाँ, आई विल टेल दैट ना, आई विल टेल दैट. नेक्स्ट स्टेप वही है कि इसको कैसे पता लगेगा, राइट? अभी मेरा कोड लोकल में वेट कर रहा है किस चीज की, कि मैं उसको बताऊं कि कहां पे जाना है, राइट? मुझे कहां पे जाना है, मैं उसको एड्रेस दूं, इस चीज की वेट कर रहा है. तो मैं क्या करूंगा, मैं सबसे पहले एक रास्ता बनाऊंगा. I will first make a path. Path means I will make a branch. मैं सबसे पहले एक ब्रांच बनाऊंगा. यूजुअली वो ब्रांच मेन ही होती है, तुम अपने नाम से भी बना सकते हो, कोई फर्क नहीं है. ओके, यू कैन डू दैट. ये मैंने एक ब्रांच बनाई, राइट? ये मैंने एक ब्रांच बनाई, मैंने एक पाथ बनाया, राइट? अब मैं इसको दूंगा एड्रेस. ये रहा मेरा एड्रेस. दिस इज माय एड्रेस. एड्रेस कैसे हम देते हैं? लेट मी टेल यू. Now see, what is this? So this is my git remote. Now why remote is there? Because मुझे किसका एड्रेस देना है? मुझे मेरे रिमोट का एड्रेस देना है, राइट? रिमोट रेपोजिटरी का एड्रेस देना है इस लोकल पे, राइट? तो मैं रिमोट रेपोजिटरी का एड्रेस दे रहा हूं, ऐड कर रहा हूं मैं उस एड्रेस को. अब यहां पे यू डोंट नीड टू राइट दिस ओरिजिन. ओरिजिन लिखना जरूरी नहीं है, यहाँ पे तुम कुछ भी लिख सकते हो, ABC, XYG, origin 1, origin 2, origin 3, whatever you want to write, you can write it over here. But industry standards है, origin लिखना है, you can write origin. If you want to change, you can change it. No worries. इसका आगे काम आएगा, right? इसका आगे काम आएगा. Whatever you are writing over here, whether you are writing origin, whether you are writing ABC, whether you are writing XYZ, right? Remember that what you are writing over here, इसका आगे काम आएगा, right? This is the part of address. क्या यूज है, डिटेल कमांड क्या है, आई विल टेल यू लेटर ऑन, बट अभी के लिए समझ लो इतना कि व्हाट वी आर डूइंग, वी आर जस्ट एडिंग द एड्रेस ओवर हियर, राइट? नाउ व्हाट इज माय एड्रेस? सो सी, दिस इज माय गिटहब, this is my github repo, right? github.com/ this is my username, okay? This is my username and this is the repo name, this is my repo name. So I am adding the complete address कि भाई github.com पे जाओ, github.com पे ऋषभ32700 नाम का एक ऋषभ32700 नाम का एक यूजर है, उस यूजर के पास एक गिट लाइव नाम की रेपो है, उस रेपो पे इस बंदे को पुश करना है, बस सिंपल, दैट इज द सिंपलेस्ट थिंग. मैं क्या बोल रहा हूं, मैं अपना एड्रेस ऐड कर रहा हूं, और एड्रेस ऐड मैं कैसे कर रहा हूं, मैं इसको बोल रहा हूं कि भाई एक github.com नाम की एक वेबसाइट है, उस वेबसाइट पे ऋषभ32700 नाम का एक यूजर है, उस यूजर का एक गिट रेपो है गिट लाइव नाम से, उस गिट लाइव को इस बंदे को यहां से पुश करना है. ये मैंने अपना एड्रेस ऐड किया और मेरा एड्रेस ऐड हो गया, मेरा एड्रेस ऐड हो गया. अब मुझे सिंपल कुछ नहीं करना, अब मुझे बस पुश कर देना है, ये कमांड डालनी है, ये कमांड डालनी है, ठीक है? अब इसमें मैं क्या कर रहा हूं, मैं पुश कर रहा हूं, राइट? गेट पुश -u ओरिजिन मेन. अब मैंने यहां पे मेन क्यों लिया, अब मैंने यहां पे मेन क्यों लिया, क्योंकि मेन वॉज माई नेम ऑफ ब्रांच, मेन मेरा ब्रांच का नाम था कि भाई किस रास्ते से जाना है और वहां की किस ब्रांच पे जाना है, राइट? सो यूजुअली मैं अपनी लोकल ब्रांच और वहां की ब्रांच का नाम सेम रखता हूं, राइट? कि जो मेरी लोकल पे मेन ब्रांच है, उस मेन ब्रांच से रिमोट की मेन ब्रांच पे डाल दो. यूजुअली आई कीप द नेम सेम, राइट? बट यहां पे अगर तुम्हें कहीं और पुश करना है, राइट? सपोज ओरिजिन पे यू हैव 10 ब्रांचेस, इफ यू वांट टू पुश इन एनी ऑफ द ब्रांचेस, तुम उसका नाम दे दोगे. सपोज एबीसी ब्रांच है, तुम एबीसी पे डाल दोगे. अगर XYZ ब्रांच है तो XYZ डाल दो. बट क्योंकि मेरे को मेन पे पुश करना है, सो आई विल ऐड मेन ओवर हियर, राइट? गेट पुश -u ओरिजिन मेन. अब मैंने यहां पे ओरिजिन का क्या काम है, अब मेरा यहां पे ओरिजिन का क्या काम है? सी, ओरिजिन यहां पे कुछ नहीं, इट इज एक्टिंग एज अ आइडेंटिफायर, इट इज एक्टिंग एज अ आइडेंटिफायर. नाउ सपोज, नाउ समझना है इसको बहुत ध्यान से, प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग वेरी केयरफुली, दैट नाउ सपोज तुम्हें अपना कोड दो रेपो पे पुश करना है, राइट? तुम्हें अपना कोड 2 रेपो पे पुश करना है, राइट? सो एक को तुम दोगे ओरिजिन, दूसरे को तुम दोगे ओरिजिन 2, राइट? अब जब हम यहां पे कोड पुश कर रहे हैं तो मुझे बताना पड़ेगा ना भाई कि मुझे इस वाले उस पे पुश करना है या मुझे उस वाले ओरिजिन पे पुश करना है, राइट? तो इसका ये काम है. तो हम यहां पे जो भी एड्रेस देते हैं, हम यहां पे जो भी एड्रेस देते हैं, ये उस एड्रेस का एक आई कैन से आइडेंटिफायर है. अगर मैं ओरिजिन यूज कर रहा हूं तो ये समझ जाता है कि मुझे इस वाले एड्रेस पे भेजना है. अगर मैं ओरिजिन 2 यूज कर रहा हूं तो वो समझ जाता है मुझे उस वाले एड्रेस पे भेजना है. अगर यहां पे मैं ओरिजिन 3 यूज करता तो ये समझ जाता कि मुझे उस वाले एड्रेस पे भेजना है. मतलब ये ओरिजिन हो गया, या यहां पे तुम जो भी वर्ड लिखो, यहां पे तुम जो भी वर्ड लिखो, चाहे वो ओरिजिन हो, चाहे एबीसी हो, चाहे XYZ हो, दैट इज नथिंग बट एन आइडेंटिफायर, जो ये आइडेंटिफाई करने में हेल्प करता है कि मुझे किस एड्रेस पे मेरा कोड पुश करना है, राइट? तो अब यहां पे जब मैं पुश कर रहा हूं, मैं क्या कह रहा हूं कि भाई पुश कर दो इस एड्रेस की, किस एड्रेस की? ओरिजिन एड्रेस पे, राइट? ओरिजिन एड्रेस पे पुश कर दो, और उस एड्रेस पे एक मेन ब्रांच है, राइट? वी हैव अ मेन ब्रांच ऑन दैट ओरिजिन एड्रेस, जहां पे तुम मेरे कोड को पुश कर दो. एंटर मारा मैंने, मेरा कोड पुश हुआ और मेरा काम खत्म. राइट, ये आया कुछ, वो मांग रहा होगा मेरे से, पासवर्ड मांगेगा, कहाँ है, हाँ, it will ask for the password, sign in with your browser, I need to authorize it, हो जा भाई, अरे हो जा यार, कहाँ हुई, what happened दोस्तों, ओके हाँ, एवरीथिंग अप टू डेट, जैसे यहाँ पे एवरीथिंग अप टू डेट आया मीन्स दैट इज परफेक्ट, यहाँ पे जाऊंगा मैं, इसको रीलोड करूंगा, तो ये देखिए सर, मेरी 3 फाइल थी, तीनों के तीनों फाइल यहाँ पे आ गई, काम खत्म। डन डन, इतना सा था, दैट वाज द होल कंसेप्ट। ओके, नाउ नाउ नाउ, अच्छा, लेट मी रिपीट इट वंस अगेन, ओके। So what is the first step, the first step is git init, right? First step is git init, right? When we are doing git init, what are we doing? We are initializing the local git repo in our computer, in our folder. Okay, so yes, we have initialized the git. Okay, then the second step is git add space dot. Second step is git add space dot. Now why we are adding the, now why, what does this command do? Basically this command add all the files that you have made changes in, to your staging area, right? This command will add all the files to your staging area, right? And why you are adding to the staging area, why you are adding to, हाँ कर लो, फोक कर लो, कोई इश्यू नहीं, बट उसमें कुछ मिलेगा नहीं यार, क्या करोगे फोक करके। गिट वाले कमांड में ओरिजिन की जगह एड्रेस डाल सकते हैं क्या? हाँ, ओरिजिन की जगह तुम एड्रेस भी डाल सकती हो, नो वरीज, बट जब तुम एड्रेस डालोगी तो मेक श्योर कि जब हम पुश करते हैं ना, गिट पुश ओरिजिन मेन लिखते हैं, तो वहां पे ओरिजिन की जगह तुम्हें बार बार पूरा एड्रेस लिखना पड़ेगा, राइट? सो इंस्टेड ऑफ राइटिंग दैट एड्रेस, कंप्लीट एड्रेस ओवर देयर, सो बेटर है हम एक शॉर्ट वर्ड डाल दें, जो वर्ड इज एक्टिंग एज अ आइडेंटिफायर फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर एड्रेस, ताकि हमें बार बार वो पूरा https github.com/rishabh32700/something ना लिखना पड़े, राइट? सो दैट इज द शॉर्टकट फॉर दैट कंप्लीट एड्रेस। तुम्हें डालना है तुम पूरा एड्रेस डाल दो, नो वरीज, बट मेक श्योर, मतलब ये याद रखना कि तुम्हें बार बार फिर वो पूरा एड्रेस डालना पड़ेगा जितनी बार तुम पुश करोगी। ओके, now when we are doing git add, we are doing nothing but we are adding the files to my staging area, right? So मैंने अपनी files को staging area में add किया। After adding my files to the staging area, I will commit, right? Commit all those files to my local repo। मैं उस local repo में I will commit my files। जैसे मेरी files commit हुई, what I will do, I will create a branch, okay? I will create a branch, okay? जैसे ही मैंने ब्रांच बनाई, what will happen? एक ब्रांच बन जाएगा, I have a path, right? I have a path now what will happen? Now I need to give the address, ठीक है? अब मुझे उसको एड्रेस देना है कि मेरे पास ओरिजिन तो है, राइट? ओरिजिन है मेरे पास, डेस्टिनेशन का एड्रेस देना है, राइट? ओरिजिन से डेस्टिनेशन पे जाना है, तो आई हैव द ओरिजिन एंड नाउ आई हैव टू गिव द डेस्टिनेशन, राइट? सो हियर आई एम गिविंग द डेस्टिनेशन पाथ, राइट? कि आई नीड टू I need to commit my changes, I need to push my changes to this destination, okay? I need to put my changes to this destination, and this origin is acting as the identifier, so that in future I don't need to write this complete address, I will just write this identifier, I will just use this identifier, and this identifier will tell my Git, Git that, okay, which GitHub repo I need to push, okay? तो ये मैंने किया। इसके बाद मैं सिंपल सा पुश कर दूंगा कि भाई मुझे पुश करना है इस एड्रेस की इस ब्रांच पे। आई नीड टू पुश ऑन दिस पर्टिकुलर एड्रेस एंड इन दिस पर्टिकुलर ब्रांच, एंड व्हेन आई विल हिट एंटर इट विल पुश एंड यू आर गुड टू गो. Yes, you can add some files to my public repo, but for that you need to generate a pull request. जब मैं pull request accept करूंगा, then only your changes will be added to my file. We will do that, no worries. Done है? Any doubts? Of course, Mohan, we need internet, of course, bro. इंटरनेट के बिना कुछ होता है क्या आजकल? इंटरनेट के बिना तो एक दिन भी सांस ले पाएगा? I तो can't. Sure then, Janta. If you want to see the commands, you can go to my repo, and in my repo you will find this get GitHub. Okay, you will find this get GitHub in my repo, and you can see all the commands from here. Okay, so यहाँ पे these are the commands. Push तक हमने कर लिया है, right? Then we will. If you want to, you can follow, but मैं usually ये वाला git नहीं use करता हूँ. But yes, you can follow, of course, no worries. Done then, Janta. If you don't have any doubts, we should end this session then. Okay, let's meet again tomorrow, same time, same place. Okay then, Janta. Good night, everyone. Bye bye. Okay, let's upgrade. We can end the session. Let's upgrade. We can end the session. Okay, I guess they're not here. No worries. So we still have a few minutes, I guess. Mohan is handled. Pull is handled by owner. Yes, pull request is handled by owner. Yes, pull request is handled by owner. Okay. So yes, you can only raise null request. Let's upgrade if you are there. अरे भाई रुक जाओ भाई, क्या मैसेज भेजने लगे? Okay.